The effects of COVID-19 has touched countless people all across the globe. Whether it's from businesses shutting down, hospitals being overflowed with patients, or essential workers being pushed to their limits, everyone has felt the effects. Now, one effect that hits close to home for us as FFA members is the cancellation of FFA events. The Washington Leadership Conference and the New Century Farmer Conference have been canceled for the year. Numerous CDE events have been suddenly put to a halt, and every state, including ours, was forced to make the decision if they were going to keep their state convention on schedule and hope everyone stays safe, to try to postpone, go virtual, or just cancel their state convention altogether. Hundreds of thousands of FFA members across the country are devastated, especially seniors. And that is completely understandable. All of those early mornings, late nights, and countless hours of studying seem to have gone to waste. But I'm here to tell you that it has not. Because all of those hours that you've spent bettering yourself as an FFA member have also impacted you in many other aspects of your life. Now, I know what many of you are thinking. I've never had my competitive FFA career interrupted by a global pandemic. So what would I know? And that is exactly why I've invited 4 of my friends to share their stories and to hopefully help you understand why there is no end to FFA. First, I have John Rath of the Bismarck FFA chapter here to share his story on the cancellation of his last state convention.
So I know that this was supposed to be your last year at state convention. So how does the cancellation of that affect you personally?
Well, this year's state convention was supposed to be a convention of many lasts, such as competing with and saying goodbye to other FFA members that I have gotten to know over the last 4 years. And it was also supposed to be a time where I could campaign and promote myself for state office, but that opportunity has been taken away from me this year as officer elections are online.
Okay. So that's heartbreaking to hear about your last year. What are you doing to keep your head up despite everything else that's going on right now?
Well, I've been trying to keep a daily routine, and I've been spending a lot of extra time out on the farm because working out there, the effects of the COVID outbreak are pretty minimal, and I've been trying to keep in close contact with friends and family that I would normally be seeing.
Thank you, John, for your insight. I hope that we can all take your words to heart and try to keep our heads up during these trying times. Now, it's obvious that career development events are beneficial when you're going into an agricultural field. For instance, all of my years spent livestock judging have helped to put me leaps and bounds ahead of some of my peers who are also majoring in animal science. But what does FFA offer to those who aren't going into an agricultural field? To answer this question, I've invited Courtney Bitts from the Napoleon FFA chapter to share her story and talk about how her years in FFA have helped to prepare her for her future career in speech and language pathology.
So what kind of different contests did you participate in throughout your FFA career?
Yeah, so in 7th grade, I started out with just some small contests. I did nursery and small animal care, and I got really interested in agricultural sales. So I started to do some more speaking events, and I did Creed speaking when I was a freshman. And then I ended up doing farm business management, food science, demonstration, parliamentary procedure, livestock, and I just ended with prepared public speaking.
So what are your future plans after you graduate high school?
Yes, so I plan to attend Minnesota State University Moorhead to major in speech language hearing sciences and then a minor in special education. So my dream job would be to work at a hospital with kids, working as a speech pathologist.
So you have a lot of different contests that you participate in. How does that factor into your future plans?
Yeah, So I definitely think that the wide variety of contests I've participated in has given me a wide variety of skills. So I've been able to learn a variety of skills in a lot of different areas, which has definitely been useful so far in high school, and I would assume that would turn over into college as well. Additionally, my communication skills have increased tremendously. That will definitely help when speaking to professors and students. And overall, I've just gained a lot of confidence through FFA, and that confidence has allowed me to find my passion not only in FFA and its different events, but in speech pathology as well.
Thank you, Courtney, for sharing your story with us. I hope your message helps to inspire those who are not going into agricultural fields to step up and do more within their FFA chapters. Because FFA really does have something to offer everyone. Now, let's step away from the career and competitive side of things here for a moment. For many of us, FFA is where we made our greatest memories and met our best friends. I know from my own experience, my best relationships were built at FFA events. To help share how much FFA can do for your personal relationships, I've invited my friend Beth Lee to answer a few questions on the subject.
So Beth, what kinds of different FFA events have you attended during your career?
I've attended National FFA Convention, District Leadership, numerous Winter CDE contests, Winter Leadership, State FFA Convention, and National Land Judging.
I'm guessing that throughout these different events that you've met a lot of different people?
Yep, it's been a goal of mine to try and meet one new person at every event, and I've made lifelong friends from across the state by doing this.
So how have these new relationships that you've built enhanced your life?
I have so many more friends that I can talk to at different FFA events or outside of FFA, and going to these various events with my chapter has also helped bring us all closer together.
I've known Beth since we were little 4-H'ers, so I know that she means every word of what she just said. Now, this last topic is one that is near and dear to my heart. Every one of us, at one point or another, has been asked by our FFA advisor to help out with a charity project. And that's because FFA helps out more than just its own members. It helps out countless people around the world. Just like it says in our motto, we are living to serve. This year at the Winter Leadership Conference, we packaged over 200,000 meals. Now, some of these will go to FFA families around the state, but most of them will go to families who know little to nothing about the organization. Participation in these charitable acts as young adults helps inspire people to do more within their communities after they graduate. To help us understand more about the subject, I've asked Abby Stake, graduate of the Scranton FFA chapter, to share her story about how FFA has inspired her to do more within her community.
So participating in acts of charity within their chapters can sometimes inspire members to go out and take action within their communities completely on their own. Do you have any examples of this that you'd like to share with all of us?
So my act of charity is going around and helping younger showmen with their nutrition, clipping, and showmanship with their animals. So people who purchase animals from me or ask for advice, I go around to their places and help them 2 to 3 times a summer with their nutrition and showmanship skills. And then right before their fair, county fair or state fair, I go back and help them with their clipping skills to better improve their animals, so then they are more highly presentable in the show ring.
Thank you, Abby, for sharing your message. I hope that you never grow tired of giving from the goodness of your own heart. Now, the cancellation of state convention is still devastating to many members across the state. It breaks my heart to hear my own friends say that this was supposed to be the year, either to get that baby bison, go to nationals, or become a state officer. And it breaks my heart even more when I hear them say that that was all for nothing. Because it wasn't. John, Courtney, Beth, and Abby all helped me prove that. Take it from me. A few years from now, after you graduate, you won't care about the baby bison or having the high score at that one CDE contest. What you'll care about is what you learned and experienced during your time in FFA, and that you did something amazing with it. And when you realize that, you'll figure out that there really is no end to FFA.
Hey North Dakota FFA, it's the end of my year as a state officer, and now I'd like to take a few moments to recognize some of the people who have helped to get me this far. First, I'd like to thank Anderson, Craig, and my fellow state officers. Not only did you guys put in countless hours of work throughout the year to help make this the best year for North Dakota FFA yet, but you're also some crazy and fun-loving people. You helped to make this a truly memorable year for me. To my mom and dad, thank you for being so supportive of me throughout the year. I know that having me away from the farm this much was very stressful for you guys. But even when stress was at an all-time high, you guys were still cheering me on and being supportive of me. I'll never forget that. To my chapter back at home, you guys are insane. But I have to admit, your guys' crazy energy is part of what kept me sane throughout this very unconventional year. Stay crazy, everyone, and remember, Carrington is the chapter of fun. And now we only have one ag teacher at Carrington, but I like to think that I've had 4 ag teachers. Bruce, Joel, Jory, and of course the head chaos coordinator herself, Mrs. Hanson. You guys have taught me so much throughout these past few years, not only about agriculture, but about life itself. I am more grateful than I could ever say in just one video. North Dakota FFA, thank you for making this an amazing year, and I can't wait to see what you guys all accomplish in the future.